Going on, YouTube family? Thank you for tuning into this video. And in this video, what I want to show you is how you can backtest so good that you will be absolutely stunned at the results it will bring. And you might be saying to yourself, well, I already know how to backtest. I already know like how to do all this stuff and yada yada yada. Well, my question to you is then, if you are so good at your backtesting, why do your results still suck? Like, pardon me, I'm a little bit ill. You know, the reason why people tend to have really good back-tested results and then when they come to the live market, it's just terrible, is because they truly don't have any idea how to backtest properly. Now, I'm not saying you just log a few trades. I'm talking about properly backtesting, because forward testing is good, but I've always been such a big believer that if you backtest properly, when you come to the live markets, you are like so vigilant and you are so ready for everything that is going to come that the forward testing becomes an absolute piece of piss. Because again, some of the big problems that traders have is that they backtest and then their live results do not reflect it. And the reason why their live results are not reflective of their backtested results is because their backtesting is probably not done correctly. So I'm going to show you from the ground up how you can backtest a strategy with maximum efficiency. Okay, and don't be fooled by the thumbnail. Okay, I've got a strategy that in 8 months had over 100% return. People will say that these are unrealistic, these are too crazy, they're talking rubbish. Well, I'm here to tell you that if you study hard enough and you backtest properly, you can definitely get results like that. But then the biggest question is are you going to execute? And that is a question of psychology. But without further ado, let's begin. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is write up your trading plan. So this is something that I've drafted very briefly, and this is essentially the plan that I follow. Not the actual information, but the style of the plan. You know, I've also got some screenshots and whatever, but before you start your backtesting, most of you should have an idea of how you like to trade. But I bet a big majority of you probably haven't even written out your trading plan, which to some extent is okay because you've probably traded in your head for the majority of the times. You probably had a checklist. You probably did the same things over and over. So now it's just ingrained in your mind. However, for you to take your trading to the next level, you've got to treat yourself like a professional. Okay, you want to act like a trading professional, you want to be a trading professional, or you've got to behave like a trading professional. So I always say to people that I've coached in the past, if I was an investor and I was going to give you $10 million to trade and I said, I want to see your trading plan, what would you present me with? Okay, I made a little mistake. There we go. My bad. So when I put that question to them, they scrambled and then they wrote up a plan that they deemed was sufficient. Now, if I had an investor of 10 million, I definitely wouldn't be putting in a lackluster attempt like this, but this is something that you can get started with. Okay, so what do we have here? So you want to have a brief overview of how your trading plan is going to operate. So I've put here, this strategy aims to take trades under the premise of using higher timeframes for our overall direction with the lower timeframes as our entry. The pairs I will be trading will be AUD USD, GBP JPY, and XAU USD. Whichever pair is deemed the best for the day, this will be traded. I've also written out my trading times. So we're going to trade from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. GMT, and then we might take a little break and then go from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. GMT. We've written out the pairs again just for some clarity, and also the time frames that we're going to be trading. We're going to be going from the 4-hour to the 1-hour to the 5-minute. And then we've got our risk management. So we're going to start off at 1% risk. And if we fall into 3% drawdown, we're going to drop to 0.5% risk. And if by some crazy bad luck, we then go into further drawdown of -5%, we're going to go back to 0.25%. Okay, so the idea here is that when we increase our, when we get further out of drawdown, we're going to then increase our risk. So this is simply just a guide that you guys need to follow, in a sense that you will put how you trade here. Some people may start with 0.5%, some people start with 2%, some people don't have these risk management parameters in place. It's just what you guys feel comfortable with. So once you've done that, put your analysis down. So I've written out very, very briefly and very, not including a lot of detail, simply what I would probably do: mark out some key levels, see if price is trending, if it's ranging, avoid it, go down to the 1 hour, yada yada yada. So I put these dots here just to illustrate that, I haven't really done, this isn't a strategy that I'm testing, I'm just doing it for illustrative purposes. And then once you've finished your analysis, you're going to go to your entries and be very specific with every single thing. If you're not able to go to the charts and go from top to bottom to the point where you take a trade, then you haven't done it properly. You need to make sure that your plan includes absolutely everything. And I even missed out a part here. Okay, you could go ahead here and put in trade management. Okay, if you're somebody that likes to put your trades at break even, for example, set break even at 1 to 1. Okay, or 1 to 2, whatever you guys do. Okay, and then you're going to put in your rules. So you get the picture, guys. So you need to basically put out your plan in clear as day writing. Okay, so once you've done that, you are then able to build your template. So I should have mentioned it at the start, but this is going to tell you, I'm going to give you something that you can use if you don't have a trading software. Okay, so if you're not privileged enough to have a backtesting software, then you can pretty much follow this, okay, this template that I've got by here, which I will be able to put a link in the description so that you guys can download it. And essentially, the reason why I put all these here is because I believe that these are the most important aspects for you to take your trades and be able to collect these data points. Okay, so I've helped multiple people in the past, and this has greatly helped them. Some people had found out that most of their losing days came from Tuesdays. So do you know what they did? They stopped trading on Tuesdays. And they also found out that majority of their winning trades came from Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So guess what they did? They only traded on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, so let's just quickly go through this. So you're going to note down the date. You're going to note down the time. This is for every single trade, by the way. You're going to note down the pair. You're going to put the entry price, okay, whatever it is. You're going to put the direction. Are you going long? Are you going short? You're going to put the type. Is it a continuation? Is it a reversal? Maybe I should just put that in there so it's a bit clearer. Okay, you're going to then put the setup. Now, pardon me again, guys. So some people identify setups a little bit differently. Some people have their setups as their entries, whereas I'm not really, that's not my definition of a setup. So I trade multiple setups on higher time frames. So if I see a setup on the higher time frame, this is what I call a setup. And then I have an entry pattern. But if you guys have the same higher time frame setup and you have different entry patterns, then you can kind of just delete this and, mix and match it how you will, how it basically suits you. Okay, but if you follow the way I trade, then this is perfect, because you could say, for example, have a 4-hour, exhaustion, for example, and then maybe you enter using a 5-minute double top or a double bottom, or however you like to enter the market. Now, it also needs to be made clear that I'm not an ICT or an SMC trader. The way that I trade is pure price action, what I like to call old school price action, and the way that I trade the market is what I call using market flow. Okay, so that's something that I'll talk about in a different video, but that is simply how I trade. I will literally look at the charts. I will be able to see where it is in its sort of cycle, in its trend formation, and I will basically enter at various points. So I don't trade no FVGs, I don't trade no breaker blocks, I don't do any of that stuff. So if that's how you guys want to trade, then by all means, pretty much, well, you don't have to stop watching, but that's not what I trade. Okay, so let's carry on going. So your stop loss is going to be in pips. I should definitely add that in there. Okay, your target is also going to be in pips. So let me have a look here. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. Increase that a little bit. And then your result is going to be in R. Okay, so we all know what R multiples are. So this is what I would we're going to go into it in a little bit, but this is what I would recommend you guys do. And this is going to be the really interesting one, which not a lot of people knew they could do. Okay, so this is going to be where you give a screenshot before and after the trade has been taken out. Now, this, in my opinion, is one of the most important aspects of the entire testing process, because you are able to see with annotations, if you definitely should be doing annotations with your trading, where you entered, why you entered, and what the result looked like beforehand. It also allows you the opportunity to compare to different setups. If you have an idea in your head, oh gosh, I remember that trade I took on Wednesday. Today's trading, something very similar happened, but I didn't follow the same thought process. Let me go back and check and see what happened on that day so I can see. You go back to Wednesday, shit, I've got no screenshot. So if you have a screenshot there, you're able to see, and I'll show you guys how you can do that. And I'm using a Mac, but I'll show you guys how to do it on PC. Okay, so now that we've got that out the way, let's go ahead and just log some data, for example. Okay, so let's just go back to a random point in time. Okay, let's just go to here. Okay, for whatever reason. Okay, now I'm not going to be showing you guys like my trading style, or these trades that I'm going to be taking are simply fictitious, just so we can get an idea of how we're going to basically be testing. Okay, but let's say, for example, we saw that this area in the market was somewhere we could trade off. We go to our 5-minute time frame. Let's say for whatever reason you have deemed this to be a level which you want to sell from. Okay, you enter the market however you want to enter. Okay, again, this is literally just so I can show you guys what to be doing. All right. Okay, let's say you've gone from the 1 hour time frame, or whatever time frame you've gone on, you've completed your analysis, you've done whatever. You could say, I don't know, price reacted to key level. Okay, put that there, and then you go to the 5-minute, you see the trade play out. Okay, it 1 to 3, fantastic. Okay, so let's go ahead and log some data. So the time and date this trade was taken. Okay, so this trade was taken on the 23rd of February 2024 at 1 p.m. Okay, so let's go ahead and have a look at that again. There we go. Okay, so we're going to put 23/02/2024, and the time was, oops-a-daisy. Okay, the time was 1300. The pair was AUD/USD. The entry price was, you can literally go ahead and copy this in. The direction was short. This was a continuation, I guess. The setup was, let's say, a key level reaction. The entry pattern was 5-minute wick rejections. Okay. For whatever reason, the stop loss in pips we can see was, let's have a look, 4 pips. Okay, our target was 12 pips. Okay, and we got a 3-hour trade. Okay, now how are we going to get the screenshot? So what you do is, okay, let's say you want to take the beforehand. Okay, you put all your analysis down. I hope it's a little bit more detailed than this, but whatever floats your boat. You go to this little icon by here. You go into copy link. Okay, and boom, you paste it in there. Okay, so I might need to increase that a little bit. So you might be thinking, well, it hasn't really come up with a link, and I don't really fancy, like, do I have to go and copy this in and then go and paste, and is that what I need to do? No, you can literally just go ahead and click on it, right? So for your PC users, it is Control K, but for your Mac users, it's Command K. So you do that, oh, hang on, and there we go, bang, it's done. So let's go ahead and do our after, okay, which was the 5-minute, right? So let's say for whatever reason you said here, 5-minute key level, right? This is your 5-minute key level. You've got an arrow to show it by there, and you can say that price has reacted to it, okay? Price reacted to key level. Cool. Now we can say wick rejection confirmed for entry. Now again, guys, remember this is simply me just putting in random bits of information just to show you what, just to show you what you guys can be doing, okay? And then you can say, I don't know, no need for trade management because 5 minute was pushing cleanly. And the last bit you might want to say is 1 to 3 secured. Okay, lovely jubbly. Right, again, copy link, go to here, Command K. Now this is what I was looking for. I was a bit surprised why that didn't do anything. If you get this, all you got to do is just paste the link back in there and press OK, and then boom, and look what you can do. Bang, delete that. Bang, you get this, and then you get this. Okay, but you can do this for whatever style of trading that you want, guys. So if you wanted to do something like this, where you wanted to do the before and after, where it was, I don't know, you want to do before and after like this, right? Then you can go ahead and, again, go to the little camera, press by there. Let's just put this here, okay? Command K, paste, bang. You know, you can put the before by there, and then the after. So it's extremely, extremely valuable, okay? Now, I want to carry on and show you guys something else, because this is where you are going to get the absolute maximum amount of value. As you go ahead and backtest all of this data, you are probably going to find out things that you hadn't figured out before. So you might see that a particular setup is causing you to lose a lot of money. So you want to then go and change everything, okay, to see if it'll work. Most people will make the adjustment too soon and therefore completely destroy the validity of their results. So let's just fill out a bunch of data for whatever reason. Let's say the next trade lost, okay? Let's just fill out some fictitious information, and let's just assume that you guys have filled all of this out correctly, okay, right? And you need to do that, guys. You can't be slacking with this. Yes, it takes time. Yes, it can be tedious, but this is, I promise you, this is what will really bring you tremendous success in your trading if you are able to backtest effectively, because the data that you gather, all of the answers to your trading are in that data. Okay, so don't slack it off. You have to spend time. If you can't backtest for 10 hours a day, then just, you know, take it slow. Do 1 hour, 2 hours. I mean, I wouldn't really recommend backtesting for 10 hours a day. I mean, shit, that's what I did. And I still do that today, but that's because I'm a different beast. Okay, you want to be a different beast, then go ahead and do it. Okay, so let's say you had a 2-hour win, a -1 hour win. Okay, let's say -1 again. Let's say you had a break even. Okay, so you had another break even, and you had a 3-hour win and another loss. Okay, then a 3-hour win and a 2-hour win, and a 4-hour win and a loss, and a loss, and a 1-hour win and a 2-hour and a 1 hour and a 1 hour minus. Sorry, I'm just going at, you know, whatever. Okay, let's say you've tested all this out for all these trades. Okay, now I don't know. I can't remember when I have a backtesting software now which calculates all this for me. Okay, you don't really need to do a whole bunch of fancy calculations in Excel, but I'll definitely recommend you learning how to do it if you really want to maximize how much you can get out of this. But from a very basic standpoint, let's have a look and see what the results were for this. So one thing I do know how to do. All right, hang on a second. Okay, we need to shorten this. My bad, guys. Okay, go into sum. Where are you? Oh, there we go. 12. So you made a 12-hour win. Okay, now let's say that as you have gone through your notes, you can see, oh, there's this setup that I kind of want to eliminate. Okay, you need to go through all of the data that you've done. Okay, you probably might want to make a separate page. Okay, so copy all of this. Let's just say you do, you know, something like this. Okay, copy it, go into a new sheet, paste it. Okay, you might have to do some, you know, adjustments by here just to make sure everything kind of stacks up, just so you don't destroy all of that. Because what if you think that change is going to bring you positive results, but actually it's going to cause you to lose money? Then you're going to just completely wreck all of this data that you've gathered, okay, which is going to take you a very long time. Like, trust me, guys, it's going to be, you know, down by here. And I should have mentioned this at the start, but for this data to be truly effective, you need to go at least 6 months. Okay, 3 months is, I used to preach that 3 months was okay, but after some, you know, more consistency in the live market, 6 months for me is minimum. Okay, so 6 months of backtested data or 100 trades. Okay, so whichever comes first, because some people might be scalpers, 5 minute, 1 minute scalpers, where you'll be taking a lot of trades. If you can get 100 trades, then that's absolutely fine as well. It doesn't have to be 6 months, but if you don't get 100 trades, then 6 months is completely necessary. All right, then. So let's say you figure out, okay, let me take out that setup. Okay, so that was one of those setups. Boom, I take that out. I take that out. Okay, I take this out as well. Okay, cool. I'm figuring out now that a lot of these, setups here are basically causing me whatever. Okay, one more, boom, and boom. Okay, so you've eliminated all those setups, and actually, damn, my results are better. Okay, so this is it, guys. Okay, if you are able to be super consistent with your approach and super consistent with your backtesting and super consistent with your screenshots and your annotations and all of your data, and the biggest thing here is that you're not lying to yourself. Okay, you don't want to be putting in results that you feel like you want to put it in there because it's bringing you good results, if that makes sense. Don't just add something in there because it brought you a winning trade or a few winning trades. If it wasn't in your plan, then don't add it in. And similarly, if it was in your plan and those trades lost, then don't not include it, because it's simply your job to make this whole spreadsheet as valid as possible. Okay, so what I mean by that is you take this information, oops a daisy, okay, you take all of this information from your trading plan, you have it in your hand, or you have it on, you have it to the side, right by here, okay, and then you're literally using it as your Bible, going through every single bit. Once you've basically done your setup, you plonk all the data in there, you put the screenshot, you let the trade play out, you record, was it a win, was it a loss, was it 1R, was it 2R, was it whatever, okay, and then you put it after, you put the after screenshot, and you're just being as honest as you possibly can. So over time, once you've gathered all of that data, you will be astounded at the results that you've got. And if you want to get better results, then guess what? You just need to go through your data. Okay, you need to go through your data and see where you could be eliminating some errors, you could be maximizing more wins, and over time your strategy will get better and better and better. But this takes time, okay? Don't be fooled. It takes a lot of time to gather all this information, but trust me guys, it's well worth it. Because this is one of the things that the 95% of people aren't doing. So to separate yourself, you can do something like this, where you put so much focus into all of your testing and all of your data, so that when you come to the charts, your results are so stupendously brilliant that it's just impossible for you to not have any emotional influence, because you've seen the results, you've seen how good it is. It's backed by months of data and is backed by hundreds of trades of data. So the only thing stopping you at that point will be yourself. So guys, I hope that was informative. I hope I was able to help you on there. I know I did ramble on a little bit, but I just wanted to give you guys the most accurate information as possible. So just as a recap now, let's put a little recap in here, okay? Give me a second. So as a recap, okay, you need to write out your whole trading plan in full to the best of your ability, with everything that's included in your strategy and thought process written down from top to bottom. Okay? Then the next thing is create the template for your database. Okay? That is this Excel thing that I've made here. Okay? So make sure you got all these data points right by here. Okay? If you want to add more, guys, by all means, add some more. But this is, I would say, the bare minimum. Okay? If you feel like there's more things you want to add, by all means, the more data, the better. Okay? So after that, you are then taking your plan, going back 6 months, and taking every single trade that is permitted by your plan. Okay? However you guys trade, okay, make sure you annotate the before and you annotate the after. You take screenshots of both, okay? Log all of the data into the database, okay? Log the results and the screenshots, okay? Now, once you have completed 6 months of trading data or 100 trades, guess what, guys? You are then going to go back and double check. Yes, you are going to double check all of your results, okay? And the reason why you are doing this is to check the validity of your results, because there's going to be some trades you've taken and thinking, fuck, hang on a minute, why did I take that? I shouldn't have taken that. Or you're going to go back through your data and be like, wait, hang on a minute, why was this trade not taken? Because, sometimes you might miss something, sometimes you might, there might be some emotional influence. You're just going to have some mistakes, okay? It's not going to be perfect the first time around. So go ahead and double check all of your results, okay? Go and take out things that shouldn't be there and add things that should be there, okay? Now, if you have double checked and you are happy with the validity of your testing results, congratulations, mate. Your testing is finished, okay? Now, the question you should be asking yourself is, now, you don't have to have the 100% return in flipping 100 days or whatever it is. Like, I just put that in there because I know it's possible, because I've done it, mate. That's genuinely my results, and I will verify all of that in due time. If you are happy, hang on a minute, okay? If you are happy, then all you need to do is hone in on your process, okay? So you are going to then hone in on this bit by here, okay? Hone in on this, and you're going to then make sure this is all hunky-dory and you just follow this intently, okay? Right? If you are not happy, however, then you need to go through your data and see how it could be improved, okay? And that is it, guys. Simply go through the data. Like I said to you guys, make a copy, go through everything, okay? And again, guys, it takes time, but this is super, super important. Let's just run it through one more time, okay? Write out your trading plan in full to the best of your ability. Create the template for your database, okay? Your database. This is it right here, okay? Then you go here and take all of your trades that your plan is telling you to take, right? Once you've done that, you log all of the data from every trade that you've taken with the before and after screenshot, right? Then once you've finished 6 months of trading data or 100 trades, you're going to go back and double check that all of your trades were taken properly. Sorry, all of these trades that you logged by here were taken properly. Okay, you go and add some stuff that hadn't been in there. You go and take out something that shouldn't have been there. And once you're happy that the validity of your results are 100% accurate, then congratulations, you've got your strategy. If you're happy, then you hone in on this process, okay? And this is your next task is going to be, how do I follow this? Because the emotional influences can be difficult to overcome, okay? But if you're not happy, you go through the data and you keep on building and you do it accurately until you are satisfied. And the biggest things you need to watch out for is you yourself sabotaging yourself by not logging things you shouldn't be logging. If you have this rule in mind, this is the last thing I'm going to leave you with, okay? Golden rule. If you are 100% honest, with the trades that you are logging into your trading plan, you cannot lose. Okay, I can't stress this enough. It does not matter if all of your trades lose. If you are just honest about it, then you've got all the answers you need. Think of it this way. If you are just completely honest with the trades that you're placing into your database, then all you are providing yourself with is information to go off. But if you lie to yourself, if you take this trading plan and you log trades that are outside of this trading plan, or you make up a story and you say something like, oh, I would have actually taken that trade, but it doesn't really say here that you take it, or you took 50 trades before that, not this way, but you just wanted to add this trade in because it gave you a 10-hour win or whatever, then guess what? You're lying to yourself. So be 100% honest with yourself and you won't lose. So guys, that is me out. A bit of a long one, but I hope it provided you with some really good information, and I hope to see you in the next video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what you guys want to see next. So without further ado, I'm going to shoot off. Thank you guys. Take care.